Good morning. Yeah, I came on here. It's 6:06. Yeah, so I apologize for that. But technical difficulties, things weren't trying to start up. It just is what it is, right? So we are here, and I'm going to make sure I'm on the right internet, which I'm not. So I'm going to switch. So bear with me, y'all. Hold on one second. Okay. Hopefully, I am back. Um, I switched to what I call the right internet, and it's crazy, but it is what it is. We're here, and I am hoping that this is going to be smooth, and we are going to be good, and you guys are going to be able to hear me. I'm not going to be chopping in and out, but if that happens, again, just let me know, as we always say, and we're just going to keep moving. We're just going to keep it moving. So, how are y'all doing? How are y'all doing? Yeah, I know that's going to be that's my question. That's my question of the day, the morning. I don't care. And I know I always say good morning, and some of y'all watch it in the afternoon. Some of you guys are watching it at night. So whatever it is, it's good. It's a good morning. It's a good afternoon. It's a good evening. Whatever it is, whatever time we are in, wherever we are in our lives, it's all good. It is all good. So how is your good, whatever it is? What's going on today? How are you feeling? As always, I want to know, and I'm interested. I'm interested. Um, really, before we even start, I'm gonna go ahead and pray because I can't even say it's been a night, it's been a day, it's been a whole, I don't know, it's going on 2 weeks. So So I don't know. I don't really know what to say about that. But it's been, it's been, it's been. So we're gonna go ahead and open up with prayer. Dear Lord, thank you for everything that you've done for us, everything that you continue to do for us. Thank you for just your presence. Thank you for it just expanding and you always being here for us. Thank you for the fact that there is absolutely nothing that we can do that you won't be there for us. You won't be there to pick up our mess. You won't be there to pick us back up. You won't be there to dust us off, to tend to our bruises. Lord, thank you for the fact that no matter what, you're always there. And I thank you for the reassurance that you've given us and you continue to give us. I thank you for the soft little whispers that you that you give us, that you say to us, and just letting us know that everything is going to be okay. I thank you for showing up as you always do. I thank you for showing out. I thank you for using me. I thank you for using the people who are one tied to me, who are on this call, who are joining me, who are on similar journeys. Thank you for using them. Thank you for working in them. Thank you for working through them. Thank you for working through their family. Thank you for working in their family. Thank you for touching every single thing that they touch. Thank you for showing up before they show up. Thank you for making sure that the places that they go and that you're leading them into, they'll be fine. That it'll be all good. Thank you for just making it and designing it that way that everything is working out for our good. I thank you that that's something that we can hang our hats on. I thank you that despite what it is that we may be currently going through, we may be facing whatever obstacles, whatever trials we are going through, whatever is coming up on our path at this current moment, or that has come up, or that we will face. I thank you that it will never be too much for us to bear. I thank you that it will never be where it will leave us broken. I thank you that it will never be where it leaves us to where we can't get up. I thank you that no matter what comes our way, we are capable, we are strong enough, we are able to be able to work through it. And I thank you for that. I thank you for that strength. I thank you for that confidence. I thank you for that knowing. And I thank you for that reassurance, Lord. So I thank you for being here. I thank you for opening up my heart, my mind, my soul, my eyes, my ears, just along this journey and allowing me to see, hear, feel everything that I need to become the person that you created me to be. And I thank you for doing the same for everybody who's on this call, Lord. I thank you for covering them. I thank you for covering their families. I thank you for moving mountains in their lives. I thank you for showing up and doing the impossible, what they thought, what could not be done. I thank you for showing up and doing it right in front of them so that they see that I can move mountains. I can do anything, but you just have to trust me. You just have to trust me. Trust me and where I'm leading you. We're all on here. We are seeking to become better. We are seeking to become the people that you've created us to be. We are open. We are ready to hear you. We are ready for you to show up. We are ready to learn. We are ready to not only to learn, but to apply. Lord, we are committed to becoming the people that you created us to be. And we just thank you for occupying space. We thank you for using me as a vessel. And I thank you for everything that you've done. I thank you for this entire idea. The reason why I'm here every Wednesday is because of you. And I thank you for what you've done. I thank you for what you continue to do. I thank you for the lives that's been blessed, including mine. Thank you for just spreading the impact of you. I just praise you. I thank you. And I invite you to show up and to move me out the way. As I always pray, Lord, less of me and more of you. I thank you for everything that you've done and everything that you continue to do. Amen. All right. So, okay, so we left off on how y'all doing. So I definitely want to hear that in the comments. But so when I say that it's been a couple, it's been, you know how people feel like it's been a day, it's been a week. Well, it's been those 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks for us, namely, and it's really been almost a year. but just here lately, it's been like day after day that we get hit with something else. And here lately, it's been where those things actually hurt. They hurt, and they hurt bad. They hurt bad. So that has been a little bit different for me. I'm not going to get into the next specifics because we're already at 6:15. So I'm not going to get into specifics of what has happened. I created a video based on that. So I finally did an update to my journey to 1 million, y'all. Like, where are we at with it, right? Where are we at? So I finally did the update on that. So I am going to edit and post it, sometime this week. But so I go in detail of like what has been going on. But the foundation of it all is that, honey, it hurts. It hurts. It hurts. And for so long, I have not opened myself up to being hurt. I just haven't, because it doesn't. Who wants to be hurt? Who wants to feel pain? I don't. I know I got my healthy dose of it, and I was like, nope, never again. No one will be able to hurt me like this again. This is not going to happen. And the wall immediately went up. And since then, I just haven't really felt heartbreak. And through this work that I've been doing, and through the journey that I'm on and where God is leading me, it is causing me to unveil layers and to start basically pulling off clothes that no longer fit me, that no longer serve me, that I no longer enjoy wearing. These are the things that I'm doing. And because of that, it's also where it's showing my heart. My heart is open, right? It's just open to be penetrated. It's open to be hurt. It's open to be loved. It's open to be cared for. Like, it's just open. And so my heart has been open, and it's also been crushed in these past 2 weeks. And just thing after thing after thing just keeps coming. And just last night, it was where, and I don't know if you guys have listened to this song, but if you have not, I want you to take a moment today and listen to it. So it's Psalm 23, and you can find it like I had such a hard time finding it on like Apple Music. That wasn't happening. So you can find it on YouTube easily. So Psalm 23, and the song is by Jeff Majors, right? So I listened to that like on a repeat over and over and over and over last night, just as I was writing. It was just so much that was coming up. So I just felt like I needed to write. I wanted to get it out. And at the same time, I wanted to be reassured. So I was playing the music as I was writing. And as I was just listening to the words, they resonated so well with me because it's almost like I've reached a point, and I know that you guys have heard me talk about this. I talked about it in my videos, and I've also talked about it here on Wednesdays of what and where I'm seeking to be and who I'm seeking to become. And a facet of who I am seeking to become is a person who is in this world, but not of this world. You know how the Bible talks about that, right? And just not being affected by the things that are going on. And so when I say affected, let me break that down, because sometimes we're thinking not being affected means I just don't move at all. I don't cry. I don't feel. There is nothing, like you can't penetrate this like I was before. That's not what I mean. What I mean is that I wanted to be the person that I can feel. I can be in this thing. I can be fully open, like fully in the moment. I can mourn. I can feel pain. I can be unhappy. I can feel all the feels. But yet, what is not affected is my faith. What is not affected is my trust. What is not affected is my mindset of where I'm going, where I'm headed, whose direction I'm following. It doesn't cause me to waver and to question my path. It doesn't cause me to question why me. It doesn't cause me to question these things. So that was what I really, 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 really wanted, right? Because y'all know, as I've talked about so many times before, the financial piece was the piece for me that would really get to me. And that was the way that you could really move me. And you could have me questioning, and you could have me doubting, just taking my money away, right? And that's what I thought, my money. So by taking that away, I would start to question, or being placed in situations that money was funny. I would question. I would doubt, and I would waver. So one of my things is that I want to become better at this. I don't want it to be that way. I want it to be where I have such a firm foundation that it doesn't matter if I feel pain. It doesn't matter if things don't go my way. It doesn't matter if I'm heartbroken. I still trust you. Over and above what I feel, I trust you. I can be in this moment and I can feel it, but I still trust you. I still have faith that you're working everything out for my good. So that's where I wanted to be. And these past 2 weeks have shown me that I'm literally like there. It's hard for me to say like I'm there because I know that there's always going to be more growth. So I'll be like, well, that's the person who I'm becoming. And that's like I'm literally on that road. But I actually feel like there has been a turning point and I have reached that goal. Now, albeit there's plenty of other things that I have to grow in, but this has been, yeah, as much as I say that this has been a 2 week, I mean, this has been a 2 weeks. Wow. This has been 2 weeks, right? This has been a lot in these 2 weeks. This is not something, and these are not situations that I would ever sign up for again. It's not like I would be like, yes, sign me up for that because that was just amazing. No, it really sucks. Like it sucks. The stuff that has been happening sucks. It's painful. It makes me uncomfortable. I didn't like it. I didn't like feeling the pain. But at the same time, as much as I don't know, as much as has been presented and we've gone through, I'm still thankful for it. I'm still thankful for the pain because the pain has showed me a lot. It has revealed a lot. It has me lessons that I wouldn't have learned had I not gone through this. So there is a way. So if you are going through something, if you are, the circumstance, the situation that you're going through, it ain't where it's at. This isn't what I don't want to be here anymore. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But understanding that there can be purpose in your pain. There, it doesn't stop. It doesn't end there. It doesn't end there if you don't want it to end there. There is a place where you can be, where you can still feel, you can still hurt, you can still, experience pain, you can still go through it full and wholeheartedly and still be thankful for it at the same time. And that's where I'm at. And so as I'm listening to these words, right? I'm listening to these words, and as I'm doing this, I'm going to try to find it because I did bring my Bible down because I didn't know. I honestly didn't know what I was going to. But at this point, does this even surprise y'all anymore that I don't know what I'm going to talk about until the day of? Basically, I don't think that should be a surprise to y'all anymore because it's definitely not a surprise anymore to me. It's just like, oh, it is what it is. It's just another day that I don't know what I'm going to talk about. But I'm going to be given the answers, so I'm not really worried. So that was this morning, and as I was doing yoga before I got on here, and if y'all like, I tell you this. So I have not been a fan. I have not been a fan of yoga or stretching in general. Like even when I was running track, I hate it. That was the worst part of the workout, and I know that wasn't even like considered the workout, but it was the worst part of the experience for me is to stretch because it took time. It was, I mean, sometimes it could be painful and you just had to sit in it. You just had to be in it. And it just took so much time. I'm like, okay, if it's going to be painful, I want it to be quick. I want it to be over. I want to be able to just, like, okay, experience it, go. And I don't have to really think about it. But for stretching, it was like I had to sit in the pain and I had to be a part of the pain, and it was just elongated, and I'm just like, what is the point of this? Like, what is the purpose? I like working out quickly. I like experiencing the pain and getting out. And it's just funny that that right there has been evidence in my daily everyday life, right? It's that, and that's a part of why I've sheltered myself from the pain. It's because you don't know, like you don't know when you're going to be over it. You don't know when you're going to get out of it. You don't know what's going to happen. Like the pain, that whole thing has just been an unknown for me. And that hasn't been a road that I have wanted to travel because I just didn't know. I just didn't know. I didn't know what to expect. And it's just a place that you feel the pain and you just don't know when you're going to be out. Nah, I'm good. I'm good. I would rather not feel it. Like, or if I feel it initially, just hurry up and bury it. Like, just go ahead and throw that thing away and then act as if it never happened and we're back. That's what I would do. And so it's evidence, by the way, I didn't like to stretch and the reasons why I didn't like to stretch. But now, as I'm evolving and changing, that's something that I enjoy. I like yoga. I love it. So if you haven't tried it, I encourage you to try it because just allowing yourself is really helping me to love my body more, love me more, to take my time, right? And not speed through life and speed through things in general, to really focus on my breathing, to listen to my body, to reconnect me to my body. These are all the things that it's like working at once. So I was up this morning and I was saying I was going to do yoga before at least for a couple minutes before I got on here. And one of the things that just popped in was just like, look, turn on Psalm 23. I went to bed listening to it. And so I woke up basically listening to it. And I was just stretching out to that and just listening to the words. And I tell you, I feel like I know what David was experiencing when he wrote these words. And I don't know. I'm like, if you are settled, if you are in, you've got to read it with me. You got to read it with me. You got to pull out your Bible. And I just want you to hear these words. And I want them to like fall upon you like rain. I am telling you, of just like where it rinses away everything that you are currently dealing with, or that you're struggling with, or that things have been coming your way and just knocking you off track. Like, what in the world? Why is this happening to me? But this right here, I'm just going to go not word for word, but line by line, because it's so rich. And I feel like sometimes, we need this reminder. I needed this reminder. I needed to hear these words. And so we're gonna really go into them today. So Psalm 23, it starts out, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not be in want, right? And you know what? I'm gonna read this in the because what I have, I think this my actual like handheld Bible, right, is NIV. And that's not really the version that I read from, but we're gonna make it work. But I'm gonna read this alongside my phone because I just like to see different versions and how they word it. So my phone has the amplified version, so it's just gonna go a little bit more in detail. So the Lord is my shepherd, to feed, to guide, and to shield me. Oh, I like that they added that over here. See, that's why I do this. This is why I look at both. But let's just go with verse 1 right now. The Lord is my shepherd, to feed, to guide, and to shield me. I shall not want. This is the thing, y'all. You don't have to want for anything. Like, you don't have to want for anything, because the thing is, and this is what I mean, like when David was writing this, I promise you, he was almost like, I felt in that state yesterday or last night where I just had to write about everything that I was experiencing. It wasn't where I was writing bad things, like things that I had to get out because I felt so much stuff just bubbling up. And sometimes you just have to get it out. It was like I had to write because I was bubbling up with so much good. it was so much stuff that was being revealed, and it was so much glory that I was just feeling. There was his presence that I was just feeling. It was this confidence that I was just feeling that I just could not explain. And all I could do was just write. And I feel like he was in the same position of where I am just seeing God work, and I am seeing his presence, and I'm seeing how he shows up. And I am seeing that if I just open myself up and I just allow him to shed these layers that I no longer need, and I open up my heart, I have nothing to fear. He is going to guide me. He is going to feed me. He is going to look out for me. He is going to dust me off when I fall down. He is going to be there to tend to my wounds. He is always going to be there, no matter what situation I get put in, no matter what situation I fall into, no matter what situation comes to me, or what obstacle, what trial I face. It doesn't matter. He is going to be there. He is going to be there. So he was at the point where I shall not want. There is no wanting when I am on that journey, when I am following him, where I am allowing him to guide me. I say the word, and it's done. And it's done. That's it. I don't want for anything, because my wants, my desires, everything that I am thinking is directly tied to him. It's like this. So I want, good morning, good morning. I want what he wants. So when I say something, there is nothing that is off limits. My mind is in direct connection with him. My soul is in direct connection with him. So I am allowing him to be my shepherd. The Lord is my shepherd, to feed, to guide, and to shield me. I shall not want. That's just him like, look, I get what I want. I get what I want. I name it, I say it, I claim it, and I receive it. It just is what it is. And if for some reason it doesn't show up, I don't receive it, I know that it's because it was not for my betterment. If I were to receive it right now, it wouldn't be for my betterment, it would be for my detriment. And I know I only want what's best for me. And I know to further that, God only wants what's best for me. So he's only going to open the door for things that are going to serve me. So I can hang my hat on that fact. I can know that that is true. I can have faith in that. I can trust that. So I can allow him to lead me where he wants to lead me, and go where I need to go without that fear, because I know you got me. So this is what I feel like he was saying. It's just like, look, I'm good. Like, I'm good. He's got me. He's got me. And then so the second verse, he makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters, right? And I think so both of those were on point. So he lets me, and this one, the only thing that they change is that instead of he makes me, this amplified version is he lets me. I'm not sure why they changed it, and I have a feeling of like, oh no, we don't want it to make it seem like he's making us and he forces us, because he doesn't force us to do anything. And I get why they would have said that. It's just like, no, we don't want to make it where it's like he's forcing us, because that's not really what he does. But in a way, I understand the makes, because he will continue. One thing about God is that he's very persistent. He's very persistent. He does not give up. I can't even say he doesn't give up easily. He doesn't give up. He never gives up. So he will continue to put things in your face. Okay. All right. You're not ready yet. All right. Oh, I'm going to put it in your face again. Okay. Not ready. Not ready. All right, I'm going to do it again. And this is how he continues to show up. So there is a part of me that resonates with, he makes me lie down. Like, he makes me because I feel like, at a point, I don't have a choice because you keep showing me. You keep showing me. But you do have a choice. We know this. You have a choice to just continue to ignore or not pay attention to it and go on about your day. And don't take heed to what it is that he's actually showing you, what it is that he's trying to bring to your awareness. We have a choice. But for me, it was like, well, if you keep showing me it, you keep bringing it to my attention, at some point, I'm going to listen. I'm going to say, okay, why do I keep ending up in this situation? What are you trying to tell me? What is it? What is going on? Um, and so, yes, he will never give up. The problem is that we give up on him, and we do. We we do give up on him. And it's like, well, he's been here. He's been here trying to get your attention. It's just you haven't been paying attention. So, I for me, it was like, okay, it did feel like a mate because he kept bringing it up. Like either I was going to continue going through the same things over and over and over again, or I was going to wake up. I was going to make the decision to, okay, what are you trying to show me? What is the lesson here? So I can now take it, I can absorb it, I can walk in it, I can learn from it, and then I can apply it to the next situation and we can move on from this. So it's either continuing to do the same thing over and over again or moving on from it. I chose to move on because I don't want to keep repeating the same things. So that was my make. It's like, of course, I don't want to repeat. So you are kind of making me do the opposite. I mean, do something different. But at the same time, it's not a forceful make. So it's just, I get why they're saying this, but it's not a forceful thing. But he will continue to show up. He will continue to point you in the direction. He will continue to be that mirror for you to be able to see what it is that you still need to work on and work through. This is what happens, and this is what he does. So then we go to, but I want to stay here for a moment of where he maketh me lie down in green pastures. And he's beside still waters. I want you to think about you just being an open field, right? So you're talking about a green pasture. It's just like, I mean, all I can feel and all I can see is just wind blowing. And you see the grass just moving. And if there are trees out there, you just see it like just gently blowing in the wind. And usually that is just so peaceful of just being out there. And just, I could see myself just laying in the grass and just like, oh my gosh, breathing in the air, just enjoying the openness of it all, just relaxing, understanding that everything is going to be okay as the wind just glides across my face, and just taking that as reassurance, like everything is fine, everything is good. I don't know a single soul that would be out there just laying down in the grass and thinking about their everyday problems. Their problems would probably just fade right into the wind and just go away. And we would just be in there just basking in the beauty that we're in. And so this is where he wants us to lay down. He wants us to lay down. He wants us to enjoy the moment. He wants us to be present. He wants us to be happy. He wants us to have it where our cares are just fading away with the wind, because that's how it's supposed to be. That's what he created us to do, is to enjoy. This is why we have this whole life. This is why we have this whole earth. This is why we have this whole experience, for us to enjoy it. So then he goes further and says, he leads me beside the still and quiet water. So they added that too. So the you've got stillness, you've got quietness. Honey, if you don't get, like, this is where he's trying to lead you. So when you are being led and it feels like, oh, but it's uncomfortable. Oh, but I'm fearful. Oh, but what if this doesn't work? Oh my goodness, what if I don't have enough money for this venture? What if I miss a mortgage payment? What if this? What if that? What are people going to think? What are people going to say? What if I fail? All these things that we're thinking about. when God is leading us in a direction. But I want us to go back here and understand that even though we may be feeling this on the onset of like, okay, this is where we're traveling, or this is where we're being called to travel, but it's where I'm uncomfortable right now. Don't stop at it being uncomfortable. We've got to look past it. And even though we can't see physically past where it is because we haven't traveled down that road, we can assume, right? We have enough knowledge, we have enough experience of God just in general to be able to assume what is about to happen. What is going to be the end all be all from this? And it's going to be where he is leading me in the path of least resistance. He is leading me in the path of ease. He is leading me in the path, in the direction of stillness, of quietness, of peace, of happiness, of joy, of just a joy and a peace that, what does the Bible say? A peace that surpasses understanding. That is where it is. This is where it is, and this is how you gain it. It's right here. So this is where we're talking about God. David is coming to the realization that, man, he is like, this is where he's leading. Like, this is what I feel. And as I am doing the things that he's calling me to do, as I'm following down this road, as I'm allowing myself to be molded and shaped, and everything that God is trying to do, as I'm allowing that stuff to happen, and I'm allowing myself to be ripped apart, right? Because he is literally the one who prayed that prayer of just like, Lord, search me, right? And let me know, basically, if something that you see in my heart is not in alignment, let me know, because I don't want it to be there. I want you to take it out. He prayed that prayer, right? And I ended up doing the same thing. So it's funny that we're back here with David, because he done showed me a lot of stuff. But this is what I feel like he's realizing. And this is what it's not that he's realizing it, like he's realized that in his life. And he's so overwhelmed that he's writing. He's writing it. He's like, yo, I got to get this down. I got to get this word out because it's freaking amazing. So there he goes. And so we're going to go to 3. So verse 3. So NIV, he's saying, okay, it says, he restores my soul. He guides me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. And so Amplified is saying he refreshes and restores my soul. And then it has, in little quotes, life. He leads me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. So we know, and you know what? I love that you said this here. He is the air we breathe, literally. Somebody, I saw a video the other day where someone compared God to water and was just saying, what if God is water, right? And then he was just saying, like, how that would mean that he's in us. That means that he takes the shape of whatever container he's in. It's like he went on this whole profound journey of like, what if God was water? And this is the thing, what if he was air? This is how innately in tune we are with him. Just as easy as we breathe, as it is as easy as we are connected to him. It's just us in the way that we think, in the way that we've lived, and the things that we've been told, and whatever it may be, that makes us think that there's a big separation between God and us, that he's somewhere in heaven, right? He's in heaven. He's somewhere that can't be touched. And just hopefully, I want to just move closer to him, and I want to know him, but I know he's outside of me. He is up here where I can't touch. I can't be like him. I can't, like, he's untouchable. He's untouchable. But I want you to know that that's not the case. As easily, just like I said, as we're breathing in air, that's how we can breathe in God. He's not somewhere in the distant future and in the clouds somewhere. He's right in you. He is you. This is what, when you look in the mirror, you are seeing him. What does it say? We were made in his image. Stop quoting that and not believing it. If you are made in somebody's image, then what does that make you? You can't be something lower. You can't be something opposite. You can't be, you are. You are. So when you look at yourself, you're looking at him. You are looking at his creation. He created you in his image for a reason. So these are the things that I want us to understand. He is not somewhere far away. He is in you. He is in you. He is the air you breathe. He is the water that you drink. He is the blessed thoughts that you have. He is the happiness that you experience. He is the joy that you have written on your face. He is when you light up. He is when you are in the moment. He is when you are excited. He is you. He is you. When you are in that space, that is where you are most open. That is when you are that connected. This is why I say enjoyment and prioritizing your enjoyment and your happiness is so important, because it's directly tied to your relationship with God. And y'all have to be like this. If you don't know anything, if y'all haven't gained anything from us meeting on Wednesdays, I hope that when I do this, you already know what I mean. Is that we have to be that connected. And the thing is that that's not something that is forceful work. That's not something that's like, oh my gosh, I have no idea how to do this. You've got to understand you were born to do this. You were born innately and keenly aware of how to be connected because you already were. It's just time, it's experiences that has now loosened our grip. And just like Mr. Carey said, is that it's not him. It's not him. It's us. It's us that has left. It's us that has loosened the grip. But all we got to do is just come right back. Hey, I'm ready. Hey, you know how we were tired like this? I want to be like that again. And literally, it will just happen. It's not a thing of figuring out how. It will naturally happen. And that's not something that you have to worry about. It's not something that you have to force. It's not something that you have to make happen. You ain't got to make anything happen. How many times I got to tell y'all that? The things that you want will find you. All you have to do is just focus on becoming more of you. That's it. Let me have the easiest job in the world when we make it the hardest thing ever. But we were born ourselves. All we did was just step away from it. So now we just need to come back to it. That's it. How easy is it to discover you, to become more authentically you, to show up more of you? That's easy. But we actually try to push and do the hard things, the things that are outside of us, to control those things that we can't. And it ends in frustration. It ends in confusion. It ends in doubt. It ends in us not feeling worthy or enough. It's because that wasn't ever something that we were supposed to be controlling. The only thing that we were supposed to be focused on is us, and getting back in tune of where we are breathing in that air and we are that connected. So I'm going to put this up. If we can assume the unknown negative, we can assume the known power of God. That's what, look, our mind goes there a lot. And I was talking to a friend the other day, and it's like we do this. And I saw it evidenced in her life, and I see it evidenced in my life, and I see it in my husband's life, and I see it in my parents' life. Like, it just is what it is. We've been programmed, and we've been operating on that for a long time now, right? Of where we want to prepare ourselves for the worst. We think about worst case scenario. We think about the negative, because what is that? It's that shield. Because if something is going to come and it's going to cause pain, I want to at least be ready for it. I want to at least brace myself. So then I don't have to, he doesn't have to hurt as bad. I don't have to get knocked down as much, right? Maybe I'll just trip a little bit, but I don't have to get fully knocked down. But the thing is that we're focusing on the pain rather than what it is that we're actually supposed to be focused on. It's not the pain that is actually knocking you off. It's not the feeling. It's not the fact that you're in it. It's not any of that. It is nothing that's outside of you that's knocking you off. It's you. It's the way you think about it. And so if we're bracing for that pain, all we're doing is not allowing us to fully feel to the extent that we're supposed to be able to get us to the next level. So if we're focusing on the negative, if we're focusing on the things that we don't even want to happen, we are directing our energy and our focus in a place that we don't even want it to go. We don't want it to happen. We don't want it to be realized. So what are we wasting the time and energy for? But if we're able to do that, know that you're able to tweak it and think about things in a different manner. You're able to now tweak that fear into faith. Faith is just fear misguided, misdirected. That's all it is. So you have the faith, you're just inputting your faith in the wrong things. That's all. So now all we need to do is just change it. So when I'm thinking about something and it's going towards a negative, what's the best thing that can happen? Not the worst thing. What's the best thing could happen? And I know that I can hang my hat on that and I can be fully open to that idea and that real reality. And I can live in it. I can breathe in it. I can want it. I can desire it. I can be open about it. I can talk about it happening. I can believe it's going to happen. And I know that even if it didn't, it's still not going to break me. It's still not, because it isn't the pain. It's how I react to the pain. It's not the pain. It's not the pain. The pain isn't coming so it can break you, because I'm telling you, anything that you're experiencing, it's not for you to be broken. It's not. And it isn't something that can break you unless you allow it to. Unless you allow it to. So we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going. All right, y'all. Because it says 6:52. So here it is. And he guides me in paths of righteousness, right? And we know that he quenches basically our thirst. He restores you. He refreshes you. This is where we're talking about the air and the water. This is how he acts. You know, when you're thirsty and you just get that, you get that water and you're like, man, oh my gosh, that hit the spot. This is what he does. And this is how he wants to show up in your life. So not only that, is that he's going to restore you, he's going to refresh you, and he's going to guide you in a path of righteousness, like of all things right, of all things worthy, all things enough, all things great, all things good. This is where you're headed. This is where you're headed. I love this. I love this. I love this. And so I'm going to read from the Amplified version. Even though I walk through the sunless valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod to protect and your staff to guide. They comfort and console me. This is what I'm talking about. My man was like, I don't have any other words to say to y'all, but I gotta tell you, like, of this experience. I've seen that God guides. I've seen that he's my shepherd. I've seen that nothing that I want is off limits. I've seen that when I ask and I pray and I step boldly into his presence, he answers boldly and he shows up that way. And not only that, I see that he wants quietness for me. I see that he wants peace for me. I see that he wants enjoyment for me. I see that he wants happiness for me. And so I see that that's the path that he's leading me on. And I'm getting that enjoyment. I'm getting that peace. I'm getting that peace that surpasses understanding. I am getting exactly what it is. So I'm writing this down. And then he goes on. It's like, look, not only does he do that, but he refreshes and he restores me. So anytime that I feel weak, anytime that I feel burdened, anytime that I feel like I can't even move anymore, Lord, I can't even walk, he's like, all right, no worries. You don't have to walk. I will carry you. I will carry you. And as I'm carrying you, I am going to breathe life into you so that you can walk. These are the things that he's realizing. And then on top of that, he's like, look, all of that he does. And then Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. So he's saying that, look, sometimes I get fearful, right? There are situations that you may place me in or that I end up in that I am fearful. I experience pain. It hurts. It sucks. I don't like it, but I know that I can hang my hat on the fact that you are never going to leave me, that you are always going to protect me, that no matter where I go, no matter how it feels, it's not going to break me because I have you with me. You are there. You are comforting me. You are protecting me so I can walk through what I know is pain, what I know will bring pain. I can sit there and I can be fully in it. I can be in it, but I can be in it and not of it. This is the difference. And so he's coming to that realization. And then he goes on further and he's like, okay, I can walk through those valleys. I can walk where I am fearful and I don't have to be of that fear. I can feel it. I can feel the fear. I can feel it. I can wear it. I can be in it and it's fine. But I know I don't have to be of it. I don't have to succumb to it. I can walk right through. And this is the thing I want you to know. He didn't say I can walk to, I can be in, he said, even though I walk through, so I'm walking through it. So that fear, that cloud of fear right here, that's got me where I don't know if I want to go there. I don't know. It's having me question things. I know I can walk directly through it. I can walk right through it. I can face it head on. And there is nothing that I have to inherently fear. It's nothing that that I have to embody and I have to take on. And I have to take that as I'm walking through it. And when I walk through it, I am not that fear. Literally, I am not that fear. I can walk through the fear. You can't walk through something that you are. You can't. Because you are that. Like you would be walking through something and then you would still be it. That's just no. But you are not your fear. You can walk directly through it. And this is what he's saying. So he's like, man, oh my gosh, I tell you, I feel what he feels. Just like, y'all gotta know. Y'all gotta know this. Y'all gotta know this. So then he goes through this. He's like, okay, I don't have to fear. I can walk through. You got me. You got my back. And then he goes further. So he ups it. Like each time that he's writing, like he starts here, just like the basis, the foundation that the Lord is my shepherd. Okay, I shall not want. And then, okay, he leadeth me beside still waters. He makes laboring pastures. Okay, cool. So each time he's going up a notch. And then, so now he's at this level, right? And he's like, okay, you prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Y'all, if y'all don't get into this, I'm telling you, hold up. So not only are you telling me that we can walk in our fear, we can walk through our fear, right? We can face our fear head on without actually embodying the fear. We can feel pain without being of the pain. We can be in this world without being of this world. We can still have pace. Still have pace. Well, we can still keep pace, right? We can still have peace in the midst of chaos. So we can do all these things, but not only that, you are there preparing me a table before, in the presence of my enemies. So even in situations, even in places where my name shouldn't be mentioned or nobody was trying to mention my name, even in doors where they've seen closed, even in places where I don't have that. So you know how they say, well, make your, pull up your seat at the table or make your own table. In those situations where it doesn't seem like I'm wanted, that I'm desired, that I even fit in, that I'm worthy of being there, that I know enough to be even at that table, you have already placed my name. Y'all know how y'all go to a wedding and the name tags are there? That's how it is. Your name tag is already there. It's just waiting for you to find it and to sit down. That's it. You sit at the table because it's already there. You don't have to worry about people talking about building their own table, bringing their own chairs, bringing their own table. I ain't got to bring jack. I ain't bringing nothing. I ain't making nothing because I don't have to. It's already made for me. It's made for me. I don't have to. That is one thing that I don't have to worry about. You know how Jay-Z said, I got 99 problems, but okay, I got 99 problems and that ain't one. That ain't one. It ain't it. I'm not thinking about where my table is going to be. I'm not thinking about how I'm going to bring it. I'm not thinking about whether I'm going to have a seat when I get there. I'm not thinking about me building it if it's not there. I'm not thinking, there is no what if that table isn't there. That table will always be there. It will always have my name because that is what I deserve. That is what I'm worthy of. And I know that he's already prepared it no matter who is around that table, no matter who doesn't want me at that table, no matter who has said my name doesn't belong at that table. They don't matter. What matters is that I see my name on that table and it's mine. It is mine. So I can walk into any door, I can walk into any room, and I can own that room, and I can own that door. I can own that space because it's mine. It's mine. I don't have to be fearful of what other people may think. I don't have to be fearful about what other people may say because what is made for me is already made. It's already done. It isn't a question. I walk directly to it. I find my name and I take my seat and I'm there and I'm like, what's up? That's it. That's all. What you got to say? What you got to say? Because it ain't going to faze me. All right, that's good that you feel that way, but I'm here, honey. So you might as well get comfortable or leave with it, whatever you want to do. And that's how I want us to show up. And so this is what he's saying. It's like, yo, I have nothing to fear. I have nothing to fear. Not only can I walk through that cloud of fear and I can walk through that valley, when I arrive on the other side, I can sit my butt down. I can sit down because I don't have to do anything. I don't have to make it happen. No matter the adversity that surrounds that table, no matter how many people have their swords out and like, no, she ain't getting through this. She ain't getting through this. Honey, all I got to do, move out the way. Move out the way. I ain't bringing no sword. I don't have to bring no armor. I don't have to bring anything. Nothing, because I'm not fighting. I don't fight anymore. I don't fight. I don't put my stuff down. I can come in there. You know how David did. That's what he did when he was fighting Goliath. So we have to compare it to that. What did they try to do? They tried to put armor on him. He was like, yo, this is weighing me down. I can't even move the way I want to move. I can't do it. I got to go out there like that. I got to go out there. And people are looking at him like, what the heck is this guy doing? Not only is he small, but he going to go out there without any armor. Oh, he tripped. But that is evidence of what we're able to do. This is evidence of how I can show up. This is evidence of how I can just be open. My heart can be open and I'm not fearful of what may happen because I know I am covered. Even though it looks like I don't have any armor on, even though it looks like I'm open, because I am open. I'm open to love. I'm open to being hurt. I'm open to pain. I'm open to pleasure. I'm open to all things. But at the same time, I've got an invisible armor on. I've got something that you can never penetrate, that you can never break. And this is what we have to wear. These are the things. So even as they're out there and they're blocking that table from me and they got their swords and they have their armor and they're like, no, she ain't coming. This is why I say all I have to do is just move out the way. I got to say my word. That's it. I just have to step boldly into his presence. And all I have to do is say, Lord, move them. Take care of them. Because I don't even have the time nor the energy. Please make them flee. And they're gone. Just like roaches when you turn on the light. Sorry for that visual. But literally, they flee. And it's not because I had to fight. It's not because I had to be aggressive. It's not because I had to be angry. It's not because I had to be guarded. It's not because I had that wall. It's not because of anything. It's because of how powerful I am, because I'm interlocked with him. He is me. So all I have to do is say the word and it will be. That's it. So then he's saying, okay, you're anointing my head with oil. So you know that's a blessing, right? I'm blessed. I am blessed. And my cup overflows. So not only do I have what it is that I need, but I have everything that I want. I have an abundance. That's the abundance that God talks about so frequently in the Bible. The abundance that he wants us to experience, the abundance that can only be brought in him. That abundance that we want, it's not just money, it's not just family, it's not just love, it's all of those things. It is every single thing that matters to you. He wants you to be able to have and to experience in abundance. So his cup is overflowing. He is immensely blessed. He feels it. He feels it. And then so he goes and he continues at verse 6. Surely goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Then he shuts it down and he's like, look, this isn't just something that is happening today. This isn't just something that happened yesterday. This isn't just something that will happen tomorrow, but this is for the days to come. This is a forever thing. Goodness follows me wherever I go. This is just what it is. Goodness, love, all things great, every perfect thing that God has created follows me. It comes to me. It chases me. I don't have to chase it. Y'all ain't got to chase nothing. Y'all don't have to chase nothing. Look, I know I'm tired. I'm tired of chasing, and I don't know if y'all are able to see this, or you are able to witness the change, but I know I feel change. I know that I've experienced the shift. I know that Christina now, the new Christina, she don't chase. Honey, she is that one that she shows up and she's like, oh, y'all out here? Y'all about to fight? Oh, no, you ain't fighting me, honey. Lord, take care of him. Take care of them. Because I'm not. I just got my nails done. I don't want to do it. That's the new Christina. I don't do that. I don't work that way. I don't work that way. I don't put in that much effort for those things. I don't do that. I don't push. I don't force. It comes to me. I attract. That's what I do. And so David is saying the same thing. That's the power of you. That is what you have the power to do, to attract, not force, not push, not make. You can just sit back. You can attract by just being you, by just being connected as you were before, by simply breathing in air and drinking water. Like, as much as you do that, doing that, that is God. That is him doing it that easily. You attract it. You will attract it. You will attract it. There's nothing that you have to force. There's nothing that you have to make. There's nothing that you have to work hard to make happen. No. Put it down. Put it down. Put it down. We tired. We tired, and we are. I'm telling you this. When I call you guys kings and queens, I'm calling you that for a reason, right? I'm calling you that for a reason. This is not how I always used to speak. This is something that I've trained myself to do because I want to see everyone in the way that God wants us to see each other and to see us. So if he is king, right, and we regard him as that, what does that make us? What does that make us? That's just 2 + 2 = 4. Like, come on. If you are royalty, you are a king, you are a queen. That is just what it is. And so if we're regarding him as that, and what happens when you are in the face of a king or a queen? You are on your best behavior. You listen. You are there. You think of people being graceful. You think of people honoring, being respectful. Okay, I want you to do the same thing to yourself, because you are that king. You are that queen. Honor yourself. Respect yourself. Listen to yourself. And the more in tune we get with ourselves, the more in tune we get with God. I will tell this, and I will say this now, and I will continue to say this honestly until the day I stop breathing. This, you cannot know God to the magnitude in what you want to know him without knowing yourself. There is no separation at all. So you are going to have to know yourself. You're going to have to listen to yourself. You're going to have to cater to yourself. You're going to have to respect yourself. You're going to, like, these are the things. And this is how we're able to just breathe in God. That's how we're able to just drink God. That's how we're able to just be, and just these things that he's talking about and experiencing. That's where it lies. That's where it lies. So y'all, I want you to know that you are kings and you are queens. You are royalty. You are deserving of every good and perfect thing that is here on this earth and that is to come. That is your birthright. That is what you are worth. That is what you deserve. That is what you don't have to work for. Okay? That's what I want you to know. These things that you desire, honey, you don't have to bust your butt to get them. You desire them because they're yours. It just is what it is. When I said that, your name is already on the table. The things that you desire, they're on the tables too. Just like they leave those little wedding favors and those little packages, your gifts are on the table. They're waiting for you at your name, at your seat. But you've got to find it. You've got to believe that they're there. Because if you believe that they're there, then you'll start moving in that direction. You will allow yourself to be led so that you can find your seat and you can open up your gifts. But you got to arrive first. So this is what I want us to know, that we are kings, we are queens, we are worthy of every good and perfect thing. There is nothing that will be withheld from you, and you don't have to bust your butt for it. That is something that will find you because it's already there. It's already there waiting for you. There's nothing that you have to do outside of you. So it starts in your mind. Yes. Good morning. I'm sorry, I went on, but speak. Yes, yes, yes. God bless you. Constant presence. That is what he is, a constant presence. And this is why I pray that all the time. It's just like, thank you for just showing up. Thank you for your presence. And this is what it is. He never lets go. He never leaves you. He is there. And once you open yourself up and you just really embody that and embrace it, you will start to feel his arms always around you. No matter what comes, it's like somebody hugging you and just reassuring it's going to be okay. Just like you do to your kids, just like your mom or your dad did to you, or your grandmother did to you, whoever consoled you, just like they did to you. This is what we get. This is what we receive when we start opening up. So let's not forget about his benefits, honey. What? Oh my goodness, the benefits are I can't even name them. I can't even go, like, it's just too many. It's too many. Put on the whole armor of God that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. This is the invisible armor. We ain't got to sit there and put on fake armor and just put on stuff and layers of things that he's like, wait a minute, why are you trying to overprotect? I've already got you protected. You ain't got nothing to worry about. I have your back. You don't have to sit there and worry about protecting yourself. I've got you in the palm of my hands. And honey, I'm not ever going to let go of you. Ever, ever. So thank you for this confirmation. I speak this to and towards my students, even if they are a challenge. Kings and queens, this is what we have to affirm. I am royalty. I am deserving. I am worthy. I am enough. No matter what room I walk into or what circumstance I face, I will always be successful. I will always succeed. I will always get up, even if I'm down at the moment. I will always rise. I will always rise. This is what kings and queens do. They don't get, come on, even if they get knocked down, they don't stay down. They don't stay down. We don't stay down either. We don't. So thank you all. It's 7:14. I think I've made up for the time that we lost as I was getting my stuff together and my computer was not trying to act right, but it is what it is. We made up for it. 7:14. And I thank y'all for joining me. I thank you for supporting me. I thank you for just being here. And I know that today is going to be an amazing day. And I want you to know that as well. And not only do I want you to know that, I want you to wear it. So wherever you are going, wear the fact that today is an amazing day. Today is great. Today is great. It's full of blessings. It's full of lessons. It's full of growth. It's full of experiences, rich experiences that I can benefit from. And not only that I can benefit from, but everybody that's attached to me can benefit from. So I want you to walk in it with that confidence because we are confident. We are confident. We are that bad. We are that honey, you aren't sure yet of the power that you hold, but honey, I'm telling you, stick with me. You're gonna realize it. You're gonna see it. It's gonna click. That shift is gonna happen, and you will see. So with that said, we're going to end. I hope y'all have a beautiful day. And I know y'all will have a beautiful day. It's going to be amazing. And again, if there's anything that you're struggling with, anything that you're dealing with, anything that you're having trouble overcoming, or just something that you want to just discuss, like, okay, this is a topic that came up. I'm having, right now I'm in the process of navigating through it. I would like to hear your take. I would like to talk about it. Send me a message and we'll talk about it. So just let me know if there's any topics that you want me to cover, if there's anything that you want to hear, if there's anything that comes to your mind, share it with me, okay? And we'll talk. This is what we're here for. All right? So I will talk to y'all soon. Next Wednesday, same place, same time, Wednesday, 6 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. I appreciate you guys. See you later. Bye.